I never set out to change the world, only to understand it. As a documentarian, I know of a lot of different causes in this world that deserve our attention. However, there is one brewing in our own backyard that must be handled immediately. Trees taking over. I was deeply disturbed by what I heard. I knew I had to confront the non-natives on this. From what I heard, I knew one thing. This has to stop. I had formed a bond with these trees, and I wondered how I could bring their plight to public. And then I realized I could do it through the magic of daytime television.
Hello. Today on Tree Talk with Kent Brosnan, we have Dr. Phyllis Brown. Our documentary host, Randy Carlson Jr. And a special guest, Professor Heinrich von Duschenberg. Today on Tree Talk, we will be discussing Randy Carlson Jr.'s new documentary about the invasive trees on the Brockport campus. So, Randy, what is your documentary on? What are you trying to prove by this documentary?
Well, you see, invasive species, Paul. Are you name Paul?
No, my name is not Paul, it's Kent.
Oh, well,
Thank you
whatever.
for remembering.
Alright, whatever, George. Now, basically, invasive species here on the Brockport campus are just a serious issue that must be completely stopped, alright? This is a terrible thing. We are at war. Do you understand? Do you understand, George?
I understand what you're saying, but my name is...
No, hey, look. Now, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to create, like, the apocalypse now of tree movies, right? Seriously, we're at war. I believe that our documentary should be based on war against the trees. Am I setting them on fire? Maybe.
Why?
But you know what? It's for a better cause.
But trees are part of the environment, and we are looking to save the environment.
Guys, let's pause.
Yes,
I'm
Dr. Brown.
thinking that setting the trees on fire is not the best plan.
Backyard, outside Hartwell Hall, along the streets. They're gonna take over everything. Do you want that? Do you really, genuinely want that?
Well, although trees may be part of the environment, it is important that not all trees are good. In new scientific studies, it has been shown that these invasive species of trees may be linked to cancer and AIDS.
Very interesting, Heinrich. Now, Phyllis, do you have a response to this?
Alright, well, Dr. von Duschenberg's comment about trees being carriers of STDs is completely false. Trees cannot be carriers of STDs. I'm not really sure where Dr. von Duschenberg got his degrees from. It might have been Brockport. But anyways, there are real issues at hand here. Invasive trees are taking over the natural environment of the Brockport campus. The planting of non-native trees threatens the natural order of our ecological profile. In our experiment, we collected data from all over the Brockport campus, and we determined that there is a notable and unnerving representation of invasive species on the campus.
Interesting. Now, Randy, what is your opinion on this statement?
Burn the trees. Save the world.
Well, as interesting as that statement was, I think we're going to have to hear from Professor Heinrich once again.
Well, in light of this new evidence, I feel like these new species being introduced should be saved and should be cherished. If nothing bad can come of these trees existing, then why burn them, as this gentleman has said?
What Heinrich just said sounded a little bit like he was slandering your viewpoint. What do you have in response to that?
I think the solution lies across town. So let us take a trip to Browntown.
We should maybe wait till the invasive trees die, and then instead of planting new invasive trees, we should plant trees that would have naturally occurred here.
I want to ride on the back of a unicorn naked. Duh.
Phyllis, can you give us some insight onto this certain solution?
There isn't that much of an issue here. Based on my graphs, you can see that the non-native species aren't completely taking over.
But you see, with numbers like that, we just cannot stand to just wait for change to come to us. We have to create the change ourselves.
Well, I feel like this man's approach here is very extreme, and the one question I have to ask is, do trees not make oxygen?
Oxygen? Oxygen? Don't we have tanks of that stuff? Look, listen, if that little bit of oxygen we get from those trees is necessary for a couple people to survive, I don't want them here. Natural selection. See, the cream rises to the top. We want to get the best people here, and if you can't survive with a little bit of oxygen, well, you're just a little bit of a pussy, sir.
Who am I even on a show with right now?
Well, I suppose technically I have no degree. I not even attend college. In fact, this is not my real voice. In actuality, I'm a fisherman out of Boston. Yeah, your TV company called me out here to do an interview. I thought we were gonna be talking about fish.
Wow.
Well, that's all the time we have.
Yeah, I do have one more point here.
Go ahead.
I'd just like to say that McDonald's has a wide selection of affordable items on the value menu. To find a location near you, go to www.mcdonalds.com. Thank you very much.
Next time on Tree Talk.
Give? That whore cheated on me with my brother, my cousin, second cousin.
You monster, it's underage!
Did you actually?
Credits right now.